So, I want to welcome everybody to the team call. Sorry, I'm still hyperphone energized still, so love you. So really quick, where it's the first Monday of the month, I wanted to just kind of overview of what the specials are for this month. So, as you guys know, the Hammer and Chisel came out Tuesday. It was Tuesday, right? Yeah, it was Tuesday, first. So the Hammer and Chisel came out, and you can get that on sale for this month for $160, regularly $180 for the challenge pack. And they decided to do something a little bit different this month as far as the challenge pack goes. So you can get the challenge pack with a 30-day supply of Shakeology for the $160, or you can get the Result and Recovery with the Energize as a challenge pack with the program too. So there's the two options that you can give people, and that's the special for this month, and they're both $160. Also, this month, if you hit Success Club 5 or higher, then you get a Sagi bobblehead. And I was going to bring my Shalene Johnson bobblehead up here. My 2-year-old loves it, and so that's why it's not up here, is because she carries it around everywhere. She calls it, "Look, Mom, my friend Shalene." That's what he says. I'm like, okay. So, anyways, that's what you can earn this month. As part of the Hammer and Chisel coming out, I just announced that that we're going to do a couples challenge, and we talked about that already, and that's going to start January 4th, but I'm trying to advertise and show little bits and pieces of it at least once a day. But I think I've explained it a little bit, but I am starting on my calendar's not peeled back, on the 14th of December, just so I can start before everybody, so I can come up with a meal plan and kind of get everybody excited and start showing them some results from the program. So that is, sorry, I gotta grab her. So that's what we're doing, or what I'm gonna do. So you can do what you want. You guys can all start on the 4th when everybody else starts, but just so you can all start inviting to that. Let's see. So I think for my free group this month, I'm gonna start my free group probably on it's not next Monday, but the Monday after that. So the 14th, because our next challenge group starts the 7th. So, and I just created that today, so I'll add you guys to it today because I just got that up. So, then that next week, the 14th, I'm going to do a water challenge. So it's going to be a free water challenge. So super different, I think, but I figure that it's probably a good thing to do around the holidays, because I know I struggle with water intake horribly bad. So that's something that I thought would be cool to do. So if you guys want to invite people to the water challenge on the 14th, then I would love to have you guys do it with me. And ideas, post ideas, are more than welcome. So if you guys have ideas, let me know. So that is, I'm trying to be fast, but that's the gist of the announcements for, I guess, this week. And I am going to be doing the team call next week, and I'm going to do it on, there's a call that I listened to yesterday by Janelle Summers, Shalene Johnson's little sister, and she's a Beachbody coach, and she gave, I think it was 12 tips or the 12 things to do daily to make sure that your business is moving forward. And I am currently in the process of making a new checklist just for our team off of those 12 points, because I feel like if you're working from a checklist, and that's one of the things that she mentions is working from a checklist. She says that if you do that, it's more productive and you can get things done in a shorter amount of time. So I'm trying to put that together so I can post it in our page so that we can take that and just start duplicating that for our team. So that's my spill. So I'm really excited about the call because Brianna is going to do it today and I don't have to. But no, I'm actually really excited because she has been on a freaking streak, like killer. She signed up 3 coaches last month. She hit Success Club 6, and she is totally killing the business. So I'm super excited to have her. She has 2 kids, 2 little girls, and she's totally killing it. And she's in the process of moving into her new house. So I appreciate her putting a call together for us so we all can listen to what she has to say. So without me talking anymore, I'm going to turn the time over to Brianna.
Turn over. And
I'm going to mute myself so that you can.
Okay, I think we're good. Am I good to go? Awesome. Okay, so I'm super excited to do this call today because it's something that I'm super passionate about, and it's really helped me in my business the last month and a half, 2 months. So to start off, I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. My name's Briana. So I actually grew up in northern Idaho. I'm the oldest of 5. And growing up, health and fitness was not something that was really I guess stressed in our house. We were told that you either have a job or you do sports, and that's kind of it. And I was never good at sports. I tried everything but basically sucked at all of it. So I just never really found my niche. But growing up, I remember feeling really good about myself until I got to about between 8 and 10. And the changing point for me at that point was I remember a family member coming up to me and saying, you, just so you know, you're getting a little bit chubby, so you kind of need to watch what you're doing. And that for me was really hard because I felt really confident and I felt good about myself. But that was a turning point in my life where I started to be very self-conscious and very obsessed with food and my weight. It came to a point in my life where I was obsessing about food. I would sneak food. Yeah, this is Blake, by the way. She doesn't like that either. So, but I also would weigh myself 5 to 6 times a day just to see if I was a couple ounces different, or if I drank that water, did I gain more weight? And the scale and the number on the scale completely took over my thoughts and what I was doing with my life. And I kind of kept that hidden, and I didn't worry about it too bad. After high school, I moved down to Rexburg and started going to cosmetology school. Well, as a cosmetology student, and being a student in general, you're usually poor and have no money. So therefore, there was no scale in my house because I wasn't going to spend my spending money on a scale. So that's when I started getting a little bit healthier and focusing on myself, and the scale didn't matter so much. But then I moved home. There were scales at home. So I started weighing myself again and becoming obsessive with my weight. And when that happened, I ended up basically becoming what they would probably call an exercise anorexic. I ate like a bird, and I would work out for 1 to 2 hours in the morning, go to work, and then on my way home from work, there was a gym, so I'd work out there too. And I lost a lot of weight and felt really good about myself, but I thought that was the only way that I could lose weight. So why am I telling you all this? It's kind of random. But the reason I'm telling you this is because I was the type of person that some people probably thought had it all together. And but the reality is that I did not like myself. I was unhappy. I was depressed. I was constantly sorry. Come here, sister. Hey, quick. I was constantly practicing my smile in the mirror. Here we go. I know, you want to. I was constantly practicing my smile in the mirror because if I had a good smile, then everyone would think that I had it all together and I'd be okay. But inside, I wasn't that way at all. I was just not doing so good. And the reason I'm telling you this is because there's going to be people out there who have tried to get healthy, who've tried diet pills like I did, who tried exercising or barely eating, who don't really know what to do. And the reason that they're doing that is because they're unhappy with themselves. And so our main job in this business and the opportunity that we've been given is to help people. We are not in a business about money. Our business is people. And when you focus on people and the relationships you have with people, that's when your business is going to grow and that's when you're going to make money. It doesn't work the other way. So, for those of you who were able to come to the retreat that we had, which was so awesome, Jen Burgess was there, and she said something that's kind of stuck with me that I keep thinking about a lot. She said, there's a certain number of people meant just for you. They're people only you can help and touch. How are you supposed to know if they're there for you if you don't talk to them? So, since that retreat, I've come home and I talk to a lot of people. And my attitude before was, well, if they don't want to buy a challenge pack, then they're kind of rejecting me and I don't really want to deal with those people anyway, and so whatever. But what I've realized is that everybody is going through something and we don't know what it is. There's going to be a certain amount of times that those people need to hear about your challenge packs or hear about how you're doing or your progress before they're willing to take the steps to be healthy. And so I've come up with a couple different steps that have helped me this last month in my business to grow it and to create meaningful relationships so that I am not only happier, but I'm able to help more people. So step number 1 was talk to people. What are their goals? What's going on in their life? For example, if someone you talk to is telling you about all the medical problems their daughter is having and, you know, how they're in the hospital and they're so busy, trying to talk to them about their health and fitness really isn't going to go over very good because that's not their focus. They have so many things going on in their life that how can they possibly focus on themselves when they've got their kids or other stresses? So we need to be aware of those things, and we also need to show empathy towards those people, because if you are just talking to them to find out if they're going to join your challenge group and then they say no, they've got all this stuff going on, and you say, okay, never mind, we'll see you later, then first of all, you're talking to them for the wrong reason. You're not really trying to get to know them or what their goals are. And second of all, like, why would they want to do anything with you later on down the road if you're not really truly wanting to help people? So step number 2 was make follow-up reminders, and not just business-related follow-up reminders. So when you're talking to people and having these conversations and they tell you, you know, we've got a big surgery coming up, or, you know, my daughter's got a big recital coming up and we're moving and all these different things, one thing I have been doing is I write those things down so that if I know someone's husband or whoever, is having major surgery, I can go ahead and write it down and have a reminder for myself to just contact those people and just say, hey, how's your husband doing? How's your family doing? I remember you were going to have surgeries. Did everything go okay? That's when you're going to start to build relationships with people, so they know that, hey, they're not just there to try and sell me something. Like, they're really interested in my life and they really truly want to help me. The third thing is to take care of yourself. You can't help anybody else feel good about themselves if you're not willing to do the work for yourself. Are you doing your workouts? Your workouts are going to help increase your endorphins, which are going to make you happy and more confident. So that's huge. Are you drinking your Shakeology? Are you being a constant testimony of the products that you're using? If you're doing those things and you're posting about it, you're going to be happy. And sharing isn't going to be a forced thing for you. It's just going to be something that you love. So I know a lot of times women will find makeup that they love, and their friends will say, oh, your eyes look so great. What are you using? And they automatically are just so excited to tell them about it. Now, they're not being salesy. They're just trying to tell their friends about something that has changed their life that they love using. It's the same thing with what we do. It's not about selling challenge packs. It's about finding something that you love that helps other people.
Okay, Brianna, can I add something to that comment?
Yeah, go for it.
So part of being a product of the product, I've noticed, like, even after I had Lakin, I felt like it was hard for me to share, to try to help and reach out to other people because I myself was not working out. And so I feel like you lose confidence too, and you feel like you can't reach out to other people if you aren't doing your 3 vital behaviors anyways.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. That's totally true. And so number 4, the other thing too is to help everyone. You know, with one of the things that drew me to being a coach, me and my sister actually talk about this all the time, which is kind of funny, but we have several friends who are working for other businesses, trying to find people. Now, I had thought about contacting those people to use some of their products to lose weight or different things like that before I became a coach. But the one thing that stopped me from doing that is every single post that they had to do with money. It's join my team and make $80,000 in 6 months. And if you join my team, you get a bonus. And every single post they had was about money. And so then I would take those posts and I would compare them to different coaches that I knew and the posts that they had. Their posts were always positive. They were always about helping other people. They didn't sit there and say, look how much money I got, and if you join my team, you can make money too. Like, the thing with Beachbody is that everything is so people-oriented that it's not about your check. Granted, that's a definite bonus, but if you're just in it for the check, you're probably in the wrong business. And you need to have a passion for helping people. And so you need to want to help everybody. There's going to be people, and I've been in this situation too, which is why it took me so long to become a coach, where we were so financially strapped that there was no way I could have afforded to buy a challenge pack or to buy Shakeology or do anything extra because we could barely make it as it was. But I still had a desire to want to be healthy. And so if someone can't get a challenge pack, it's not because they don't want to. Sometimes it's because they just honestly can't do it. But you need to have a desire to help those people too, because you never know if by helping those people, they're going to lead you to someone else who might be really good for you and might want to be a coach or might want a challenge pack. You have no idea. So if someone can't get a challenge pack, or if they just really don't have a desire to be healthy but just don't know what to do about it, yeah, definitely. Then what you need to do is just invite them to a free group, offer your services, tell them that you've got a ton of recipes that you'd love to give them that might help them eat healthier as a family. There's lots of different things that you can do to help those people without costing them any money. And as you do that, you're going to be able to build relationships with people. And down the road, if they're in a situation where, they want to take their health to the next level and they want a challenge pack or whatever, you're going to be the first one that they call. And then the last tip I have is when someone does buy a challenge pack, be excited for them. It's a really big step for someone to just take that money that could be going to something else and to invest it. And they're not just investing it in Beachbody in general or in their program. They're honestly investing money in you. You're the one that introduced it to them. They're expecting you to help them through it. Some people don't need a ton of help, and some people want you to hold their hand the whole way through because they need that support. So you need to be reassuring, and you need to let them know, hey, I'm totally going to be there. I'm going to help you. We'll do it together. And check in with those people weekly, not just to get their stats and not just to say, hey, are you doing your stuff, but see how their family's doing. See if something is going on in their life that maybe is making them so they're not posting so much in their groups, or in case I had one girl who's they had a death in their family, and so she kind of dropped off my challenge group right after she bought a pack, and she's really going through that. And so instead of trying to make every conversation you have with them about health and fitness, it needs to be more personalized so that you continue to build those relationships. Another thing too is that you need to be celebrating all the little tiny victories that you have in your groups. So even if someone's not losing weight, if they're losing inches, that's huge. Like, I try and post about that. If someone did really good on their water, and every time someone posts in my challenge group and they say, hey, I didn't do so good on my eating today, but I got all my water in. Getting all your water in is really huge. Like, I'm going to celebrate that in my challenge group. And I respond to every single person that posts in my group for that day. Every single comment they have, I don't just like it. I make sure I comment and say, hey, you're doing an awesome job. Keep going. Yeah, you might not have done so good on this today, but look what you did really good today. And we're just going to focus on this next thing tomorrow. Sometimes people need baby steps. People want to feel loved and important. And sometimes they aren't in a place where they love themselves. So when we show them that they're important and worth our love and our time and attention, first of all, they're going to be drawn to you. And then not only that, but they're going to want to know why you are the way they are. So basically what you're doing is you're loving them until they can start loving themselves. And if you focus on people and the opportunity that we've been given to help other people before you focus on making money or how many Success Club points you get or how big your bank account is, that's when your business is really going to start to grow. And as I've done that, I can truly tell you it's made the biggest difference in this last month. I was able to sign up 3 coaches. I did get my Success Club for the first time since I've been a coach, which hasn't been very long. Yeah. But honestly, it's just because I've just been focusing more on people instead of things and hyper focusing on numbers. And when you do that, your business is going to grow. So is there any questions?
I love that.
You love it?
I love how you said love them until they love themselves. That was probably my favorite thing that you said. Because
it's so true. Because honestly, there's so many times I think everyone's going to go through ups and downs and you just don't love yourself, but everyone wants to feel loved and important. And so that's our job as coaches, it's our job to help people, and you have to love people or else you're doing the wrong thing. Exactly. And you need to go find something else to do.
And I completely agree, but I just love how you worded that. I mean, because obviously I've thought that, but just you saying that, I just really like that a lot. I'm probably gonna put it on my computer somewhere.
I dig it.
I really like it. And I think that those are awesome, and I'm definitely gonna implement some of the things that you use in your challenge groups. Love them. Let me see. How you comment on every comment that people say.
Everyone, every time.
And something that I've noticed, so for some reason Megan added me to her whole fitness group. I don't know if she added you to it too, but she added me to it, and so I've kind of been watching fitness, and they only she'll post a day, and it'll just be a fitness post, and that's it. Mm-hmm. And I'm well, I feel like I need to give more than that, because it's that they invest basically in you and they're trusting you to go along, and they're expecting you to help them through it. And it's funny that you say that, because when you said that there's some people that want you to hold their hand and walk them through it, and then there's other people that will just get started and they don't need your help. And it's funny that you say that, because I have 2 people. I have one that's a runner and one that I just talked to this morning that's I need you to hold my hand and walk me through it. And so this morning I got on the phone, or we FaceTimed. And this is something that I want to start implementing in our challenge groups too, is do the weekly check-ins. Call them, and even if they don't answer, leave a message, but so that they know that you are trying to help them, and whether they want that help or not. Even if they don't answer, then shoot them a text and say, hey, I was calling to get your stats for this week. Can you send them to me along with your pictures? Because that way they know that we're there trying to help them, and maybe after that, ask how they're doing or if there's something that you can help them with, something that they're struggling with. But one thing that I liked about Megan's groups is she talks about, like, at the end of the week, she does a post that's something like, I want you to say one thing that you struggled with this week, but then I want you to say 2 things that you did really good with this week. Because that way you can kind of see where they're struggling, but then at the same time it ends on a positive note so that they can see what and where they're improving with. So
yeah, it's huge. Well, and one way I was like looking at it too is that you think about it. If someone goes out and hires a personal trainer, that person's completely invested in them. You know, they're checking up with them multiple times a week. Is that not kind of basically what we are? I mean, we help them find the right program to work for them and their goals, and we check in on them just like a personal trainer does. Granted, we're not paid like a personal trainer, but that's kind of our job, you know, like we need to be available for people, and whether they want that help or not is totally their choice. And if they don't want it, that's totally cool. That's just how some people's personalities are, but we need to be there for the people who do want our attention and our energy focused on them.
Exactly. And it's like the same too, like as you start signing up coaches, it's the same way. Like you invest in the ones that want your help, and then the ones that necessarily don't, like, then you kind of just wait until they're ready. So like I really like that, and a lot of those things I truly needed to hear myself. But are you still there? Just a minute.